tension, suspense. It's one of the main things that writers do when they're trying to engage the reader. All right, this is a follow-up lesson from Conflict. Conflict we talked about. It's a struggle between two or more characters. It's a problem. Now we're going to get to what conflict can really do for a story, what it can do for the writer's craft. Tension and suspense. A quick little tutorial on tension, suspense. We'll analyze part of the Black Cat, how Poe has introduced tension, created suspense. And we'll set you off on your own. See if you can analyze a little bit further, especially as we get into the telltale heart. Tension. It's sometimes used interchangeably with conflict. The difference is that dramatic tension helps develop suspense, or that feeling of, what's going to happen next? Oh, this is too good. I can't put this book down. I can't turn off the television. No, the TV show stopped right at the end, and I have to wait till next week to find out what happened. All right, that's suspense. That's the tension. Just at that really high point of the story. Oh no. The conflict just builds and builds. So that's why it was important for us to go through conflict. Now we're going to see how writers use it, why they use it. And eventually we will use it in our own writing. As a plot develops leading to the climax, we talked about plot, we talked about climax is where the conflict just explodes. Everything comes head on, worlds collide, and it leads to our change in our protagonist, if it's going to happen, leads to the resolution. And after that, the tension starts to decrease. So tension builds toward a climax, and it decreases afterwards toward a resolution. Again, it's another reason why increasing tension is vital. How do writers develop tension? A couple ways. Word choice. This is vitally important. We've started to talk this year about the importance of word choice. If you use negatively charged words, such as instead of, he stopped me from doing something, he stifled. Stifled, you're stopping by force. That'll increase the tension. So word choice is vital. Dialogue. Speakers with negative tones. That can increase tension. Think about it if you're at home and there's an argument that's happening, as it kind of escalates a little bit. We hope that it doesn't, or even on a TV show, people start to get negative tones, negative word choice. The tension increases. Increasing conflict. Taking the first conflict and adding to it, and adding to it, and adding to it, until it just explodes in the climax. And the events with conflict, they're just embedded in the story. All right, let's think about the Black Cat. In a minute, I'm going to open up the Black Cat, some of our annotations that we did when we read it, and we're going to reflect upon the Black Cat, kind of how the tension increases toward the beginning of the story. Then I'm going to have you go through and just really analyze how the tension developed, especially toward the end, in the climax. And you'll cite some evidence in response, but let us kind of go through. I will open up our Black Cat annotation. If we go to the beginning, we'll annotate this as we go. For the most wild yet homely narrative which I am about to pen, I am about to write, I neither expect nor solicit belief. Mad indeed would I be to expect it in a case where my very senses reject their own evidence. Yet mad am I not, and very surely do I not dream. But tomorrow I die, and today I would unburthen my soul. So right there we see, if you're going to unburthen my soul, that there's something bothering him. Right here, I can even put this. There is an internal conflict as something is bothering him inside. So we're starting to see a little bit. Just he's in the exposition, setting up the character, setting up the story. Poe gives us a little insight into what the tension is going to be and how the climax will come to be. If we keep reading, my immediate purpose is to place before the world, plainly, succinctly, and without comment, a series of mere household events and their consequences. I'm going to annotate this too. And their consequences. These events have terrified, have tortured, have destroyed me. Look at the word choice there. Not just these events have scared me. These events have, they've terrified, tortured, and destroyed. This, I'm going to say, the word choice Poe uses provides a hint at the conflicts to come. Poe illustrates. So Poe illustrates how Poe illustrates the increase in tension we as readers will experience through words such as this. In fact, you notice I was just about to drop in the quote and put tortured and start with that, but I want to add in here a framing statement because it'll help this notation flow a little smoothly. If I were to use this in my response later, I've already kind of done this, so this is how writers revise. Just want to point that out, providing you with feedback based on what I'm writing. In fact, tortured provides a more precise it'd be good if I spell tortured right, precise description than if Poe had written scared. Alright, from this point on, Poe kind of just talks about the past, how the narrator was happy, loved animals, loved dogs, his wife bought him birds, goldfish, dog, rabbits, monkey. I mean, they had like a little zoo going on. Then we get down to here a little bit. And if we look at this, it says that Poe experienced a radical alteration for the worse. He grew day by day more moody, more irritable, more regardless of the feelings of others. Starting to see, and I've already pre-annotated this, Poe describes the shift in the narrator. The word choice demonstrates how the narrator had some internal conflicts. The fact that you're irritable, you're moody, that's going to be, now there have been some outside external conflicts that cause this, but it's internal. Why are you moody? What can we do to change that? He has already created the stage for a rather violent narrative in the first paragraph, as we analyzed and explained earlier. This right here is how Poe has started to increase the tension by introducing some conflict. At this point, you should be ready to kind of analyze and reflect upon it and explain how Poe increased the tension and suspense, created suspense in the Black Cat. And you should do that, so you should see your teacher and get the worksheet if you don't already have it. Calling it a worksheet, but it's really, you're analyzing the text. You're just putting your response on that sheet. And that'll be practice because we will do this when we read The Telltale Heart.